And we're joined now by our P1 and P2 pole sitters. Mark Sandridge, our P1 pole sitter. Lukas Johnson, our P2 pole sitter. Let's start off with, I guess we can call you a rookie in ITC, but you're not a relative rookie, Mark Sandridge. And Mark, first of all, congratulations on the pole. You know this track very well, like the back of your hand. So how easy was it managing the traffic? Because he had both the Thunder and the Lightning groups out at the same time.
Yeah, it was a real challenge out there. I was one of the lucky ones, I'm sure, to get a clean lap. And but the Porsche Cayman is just an awesome little car, and it just handles and goes wherever you ask it to go. So we just got one clean, good lap.
And Lukas, this is your first time here as a competitor, so you know the history, you know what winning Sebring means. What are your thoughts right now, basically?
Really, my first impression of the track is just it's an outstanding track. I mean, just to know the history behind it, 12 hours of Sebring. There have been legends that have driven on this track, so just to feel that in its own is a great sense. And then also being able to take the top spot in qualifying in the P2 class was wonderful as well. First time running the full track here. And Chris Smith did a great job setting up the car. I mean, off the trailer, it wasn't exactly where we'd like it to be, but we made a couple changes to the dampers in the front, and that really helped it out a lot. Got to thank Isringhausen team, Dan Clark, Steven Simpson, who will be co-driving with me in the endurance race, and obviously my parents, Mom and Dad. They've been huge in getting me here.
You led on to the endurance race. It's a 3-hour race, and it's a lot shorter than most of the races here at Sebring. But how do you save your car with doing practice qualifying race, and then less than an hour later, you're jumping in the car for an endurance race?
I think the key to the endurance race really is, like you said, saving your car, rolling a higher gear through some of the corners, saving the RPM, saving the fuel, not going into corners 10 tenths, maybe 8 or 9 on occasion, depending on how close competition is. But I think, an endurance race is just that. It's an endurance race, and in order to win those endurance races, you've seen it at Le Mans and Sebring, even though this is much shorter, you got to finish to win.
Now, Mark, this is your first ITC race. You've run with other series with this Cayman. What's it going to be like racing with guys that you've never raced with before, but you have more cars that you have to deal with in this instance?
Well, I think the level of driving in this series is awfully good. I've studied some of the drivers already, and it's a well-organized group of people, and therefore the cars are well sorted out and they handle well. So I think it's going to be a great day. I just happened, as I said, got a good lap in, but I expect everybody will be about the same for the whole race. These cars are so close. We're talking, tenths and difference between all of us. So, and plus the fact that I've been here for 20-some years racing this track, so there's a little bit of experience there. And when we talk about endurance racing, that's what I grew up in. And it's not sprint racing, and I've always been taught to take care of the car. I've always been coached to be gentle with the car the whole time, and it just has worked out for us.
Joe Vardy's your co-driver for today's Enduro, and that right there has to be a blast in the past.
Yeah, it is exciting. Joe and I have been together since 1991 when we started out in the Fire Rock Series. We went to IMSA in 1994. He's been my co-driver, my coach all that time. He's crewed on the car. He's done everything for me, and today he keeps the car for me up in Orlando, and we work out of there. And he's like, he's my bud. He's my old time bud for 22 years.
Mark Sandridge, Lukas Johnson, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
This presentation of the Intercontinental Trophy Cup Series has been brought to you by Avitas Group, a family of business solutions. Hankook Tires, driving emotion. Forge Line Forged Alloy Wheels, sponsor of the Forge Line Forge Ahead Award. Fab Speed, performance for the next millennium. PFC Brakes, no compromises. OG Racing, your source for motorsport safety equipment since 1990. All in-car shots filmed exclusively with Intova Sport HD cameras. Born in Hawaii, built for the world. For more, log on to trophycupracing.com. Follow us on Twitter at ITC Series or find us at a track near you. I'm Jeremy Scott, and thank you for watching the Intercontinental Trophy Cup Series presented by Avitas Group.